The Pittsburgh Steelers get both good and bad news on the injury front, removing one star from injured reserve, but placing another starter, shutting him down for at least the next 4 weeks. The Pittsburgh Steelers announced that Diontae Johnson will return against the Los Angeles Rams. He is activated from injured reserve, will come back to the field for the first time since week 1 when he caught 3 passes for 48 yards. Huge move for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. They get their wide receiver 1 back, and for the last 4 weeks, wide receiver 2, maybe wide receiver 1B, George Pickens has been able to just evolve into more of a star, more of what the Pittsburgh Steelers expected from him, and should be a launching pad to bigger and better things for their second-year wide receiver now that their veteran wide receiver is back on the field and can take some of that attention away. It also helps Kenny Pickett, obviously, who will have another weapon, a very reliable guy. I mean, Diontae Johnson statistically last season was the most open wide receiver in football. That always helps, and Kenny spoke highly this week about how he's looking forward to it, and everybody else seemingly is looking forward to having Diontae Johnson back on the field for Week 7 against the Los Angeles Rams. On the other side of that, the Steelers got hit with a pretty big loss. Tight end Pat Freiermuth will now be shut down for at least the next 4 weeks. He goes on IR, a move that the Pittsburgh Steelers, they didn't want to make, but they had to make. Freiermuth was supposed to come back this week. He spoke very highly and very encouragingly about how he anticipates returning to the field. He said that if the Steelers had a game during the bye week, he would have been able to play then after aggravating a hamstring injury in week 4, suffering a hamstring injury in week 4, and then missing week 5 against the Baltimore Ravens. He returned to practice on Monday and Wednesday, but on Thursday, he re-aggravated the injury. He is now looking at a hopefully not super long-term situation, but one that will at least take the next 4 weeks to recover before he is possibly back on the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not sure what details or what more will go into this injury, but in the meantime, it will be a heavy dose of rookie Darnell Washington, second-year tight end Connor Hayward, and then former practice squad standout Rodney Williams working at the tight end position for the Pittsburgh Steelers and for Kenny Pickett over the next 4 games. The Steelers also released wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski, a veteran receiver/return man for them, a guy that signed a 2-year deal last year, but had some issues, had some ball control troubles over the last 2 seasons, and is now on his way out. They did not activate Anthony McFarland, a bit of a surprise, but rumbles were all around the Pittsburgh Steelers facility this week that they were going to wait to activate the running back/return man. What they're going to do this weekend as a kick returner could possibly be Calvin Austin, could possibly be Godwin Igudake, or, and I apologize, I definitely said that last name wrong, or another possible sleeper for them. They could call up Quadri Olison from the practice squad. He has return capabilities and has experience playing both running back and special teams. Could be an option for them as well, but they will wait on Anthony McFarland. Meanwhile, get Diontae Johnson back and lose Pat Freiermuth for at least the next 4 weeks.